Can you?
Welcome, my Tarot Maniacs. I already had my screen up, so let me giddy up, Buttercups. We're going to make this a little bit easier to see. So, hi, guys. Welcome to Mixtape Monday. What a weekend we had. So, those of you that follow me, you know I've been at state championships and nationals. Those of you that are new, I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. And I was super proud mom right now because my son's band came in first in the country with US bands. So that is in their division. It's not overall, it is in their division. But more importantly, we took home the awards for best music, best visuals, best percussion. My kid's a percussionist. He's actually the drum captain, or the percussion captain. And we also scored a 99 for the second year for the drum score. So that is actually huge, a 99, near perfect score. So my kid's the Nadia Comaneci of tenor drums. I think you can see the performances on US Bands on their YouTube page and their website. If you guys want to go on over there and go take a look at it, it is fantastic. If I can do a link later on today, I will. I am incredibly proud of my son, so I hope you guys will indulge me. So I'm super grateful for his talent. I'm super grateful for all the support and cheering on that you guys did from the interwebs. So thank you so much. We got a lot of clovers in there. So it was a lot of luck and a lot of hard work. These kids practice about 30 to 35 hours a week. And I know my son is putting in extra time upstairs, drumming away at all hours. So it is a super great coming off of the weekend. So I'm going to keep this Mixtape Monday Tarot a little bit shorter than usual. And I'm not going to do any content other than that today. I'm going to let my content get done day by day because I was wiped out. Yesterday, I actually took a whole day off, which means I scrubbed my bathroom with a toothbrush because I'm a maniac like that. Having been away for the weekends, my house hasn't really gotten a deep clean. So I'm going to start deep cleaning this week. Greg Petey is going to be away for a couple of days, and I think I may start switching the offices all on my own because he will be out of my way. I know that sounds nuts, but he'll be out of my way. So let's get going on Mixtape Tarot. So what is Mixtape Monday? Mixtape Monday is when I take your questions from the chat and I answer the questions in a compiled video. So if it's your first time, welcome. Have some fun with this. You can drop some questions in the chat here, or you can drop them in other questions and posts that I make on my social media. So I hope everybody had as great of a weekend as I did. It really was such a thrill to watch this. I'm going to bring up that card view. When I do that, make sure you hit the like button. And I did hear from one of my subscribers, they want the cards to be bigger. So I changed my layout a little bit more so we can get a better card view here. Just for fun, guys, just so you know. The crystals, I use them for their energy, but I also use them for my blocking. So we're going to kick it off with our first question. Morning. Pics floating about Kris Jenner's birthday party. Did the twerkles get invited, or were they plus one by someone? Did Doria get invited? So we are kicking it off strong. I am using my Mega Big Tarot. This is a huge deck. It is, I think, the largest deck that I have. So we're going to have some fun with that. So let's start out here. Sorry, my sage is all over the place. Did Meghan and Harry get invited? Yes, they were invited. Were they invited by Kris Jenner herself? Kris Jenner had something to do with this, guys. What about WME? I think WME played a little bit of a part in this. I think Kris Jenner approved the invitation because no press is bad press for the momager. Remember, the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. So let's ask some more questions. Did Dory get invited? No, Dory was not invited. And that Emperor in reverse means that her power structure has dwindled somewhat. So let's take a look at that. Queen of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and Page of Cups. I do think that Meghan and Dory have a little bit of a contentious relationship. I don't know if Meghan is as valuable to Doria if she is not earning. I think their relationship is somewhat transactional, and that Doria will go when summoned and compensated appropriately. So that's what I would say about that. So this big splashy event, why? What was, not why, but what was Meghan's main priority going there? She looked thrilled walking in the door. What was her goal? Did she want to warm her hands by the Bill Gates fire? This is kind of neat because she wants to be seen as not a lady who lunches, but a lady who hangs out and has all this leisure time to party. That's what she wants to be seen as. So, you know, you could be a lifestyle person and go on vacation all the time. You can be a lifestyle person and go out to eat all the time. Meghan Markle wants to be seen as she doesn't have a care in the world. There's not a care in the world. She's just going to go through her day and just everything's wonderful. And I'm so happy. And why aren't you happy? As a side note, I actually am re-listening to Cheer Denise's reading of Spare. If you haven't indulged in this, run, don't walk, because her Harry voice trumps mine a million times. She does this whiny, terrible, whiny, awful voice that Harry does, and it's hilarious. I'm close, no cigar. But I do think she says in one part that, and I don't want to paraphrase, but that Meghan just kind of wants to be seen. And I think that this is it. I think this is, if we're seen going in and out of the power centers, because let's agree that Kris Kardashian is a power source in Hollywood. She could make or break stars if she wants to now. She could just start her own production company, publishing house, whatever, and agency, and she would be successful. She knows the rules. She has all the right people in her pocket. Careers today are made on who you know and how you use those relationships to benefit you. And some people are not comfortable with that. You know, using friendships or connections and able to get success. And this was an opportunity for Meghan not only to be seen as just like hanging out with all these great people, but also to kind of bait them in. Does this work, or do people know what she's all about? They are locked. Her and Harry are locked into the circumstance that they have created themselves. So what was the reception of them? So her goal was to be seen as casual, but she really was working. the reception of the bulk of the people at the party to her. Queen of Lies, and constantly reaching for something else, constantly looking for something else. Queen of Lies. What about Henri? Henri, I think he had a lot to say, but why did he have a lot to say? Oh, he was talking out his butt. He was talking about those bygone days of being a prince. This is the deposed prince talking about, all the connections he's got, how wonderful everything is. So that was how Harry was seen. Almost braggadocious. I would say this is almost braggadocious. So will we see anything yield from this crazy party? Are they going to get any modicum of success from it? Will Meghan see any success from this? High Priestess, no. The Moon, Harry, Magician. These are both tough nouns and adjectives, boys and girls. So she is seen as someone with less than good intentions. He is seen as someone who had it all. You can have it all. He was someone who had it all and threw it away on an unviable dream. Unviable, not able to make that happen. Here, Meghan still has some things up her sleeve. She's not acting in the truest sense. She's not acting with honor. There's no honor here with the High Priestess in reverse. And also no care for how things work out in the end of it all. Things hidden behind the moon. Let's talk about that moon. She's trying to get into that club. She's trying to get into that devil may care club. And what did Bill Gates have in that package? They will not let her in the club. So boys and girls, if she was there trying to get into the club, they don't want her. Which is astounding because they want everybody. They want anybody and everybody in that club because it's like a pyramid scheme. The more you have, the more you get. So not unlike some other religions in that famous town. But we're not going to talk about those because I want to keep my channel and I want to keep 6 feet above the ground. 6 feet above the concrete chamber. So, yeah, I think she does want to get in the club, but the club does not want her. So, club is making a good decision here. Good decision. We're going to leave it at that. All right, guys. So, we are going to kick it back to Harry's Canada trip. And Mabel, hi Mabel, rumor says Harry went to talk to the governor general to pass a message on to his father since they weren't talking. Did Harry try to do that? Yay or nay? What does the tarot say? I think he was blocked right away. He was told not to ask those questions. Let's see. Did Harry want to pass a message on through the Governor General? While he was in Canada. Whilst in Canada. He was told not to. He was told not to communicate through the governor. Did his were his actions intended to impress his father. Aligning himself with the Blue Jays, the whole thing. Yes, he wanted to be seen as contributing, but right out in the open to the Commonwealth. Look at this, guys. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I'm helping out here. I'm showing you everything. There's no concealment of my actions. I'm not doing anything behind the scenes to help the king and partner up with him. Did he let Meghan know that he was going to broadcast those messages? Hermit. Knight of Swords. Yes, I do think he let her know. I think he let her know that he was going to demonstrate how good of a servant to the crown he actually is. Did he explain why he was doing that to her? Why would he want the king to see him doing princely works? Because they wrongly didn't let us do half in, half out. Now we're doing it without them even knowing it. We're doing the work. We're doing the work definitely better than anyone else. Yes. Service is universal. Oh, these two. These two. I can't even. Oh, dead space. I thought I paused for a second. So let's do a little check-in with Britney. So one of you, Marnie, good to see you in the chat. In regard to my Britney Take Your Power Back reading from last week, she said she needs to change her will to leave everything and give power of attorney to someone she trusts like Paris Hilton and just tell her what she would like to do with her money. That way, Kevin, the boys, her family members won't have any legal right to call for conservatorship or make any medical decisions for her ever again. Someone like Paris would understand money management and accounts you can trust better than her boys or Kevin. I read that backwards, sorry. So I think this is an important question. So we're going to make it a what if. What if Britney gave all of her power of attorney over to someone like Paris Hilton? Judgment? There would be a fight over it. Be a lot of hurt feelings about it. But it would be a done deal. Would Paris, someone like Paris Hilton, would she be able to protect Tiffany, Britney, from her family? Would Paris be able to do it? Absolutely. Noun, adjectives, Queen of Cups, she would take care of her. You know, Paris Hilton comes with a very interesting perspective because she, while she has a good relationship with her family, was put into those rehabs by her family. Now, there was some marketing that went into that, and it may have been poorly executed. The marketing of those quote-unquote rehab facilities may have been questionable. We're going to use my Britney Oracle that one of you recommended. So if Britney let Paris handle her affairs, what would that do for Britney, the person, and Britney, the machine? So Britney, the person, it would allow her to find that joy that she had when she first found her success. And it would allow her to kind of lean into that energy. But Britney, the machine, it would clear the path, trailblazer, for Britney to get back to work. It would clear the path for her. It would energetically clear everything up She wouldn't have to be worried about it. What would it do for Paris? What would it do for Paris? Paris would be the artist. Paris would be able to rectify this terrible situation. So I think that's good. Let's give Britney some oracle cards for today. Let's hook her up for today. Let's see what we get. Britney, past, present, future for you, baby doll. Past, present, future. You're a dancer, sweetie. So in the past, Space Princess, not grounded is how I am going to read that. Not grounded in the past, not taking in hand the ways and means of being Britney Spears, the machine, not taking in hand all of the things that need to be done in order to maintain oneself. I don't blame her for this. She was quite young. She did need people that took over. Here in the moment, the snake charmer, I think it's going to be very interesting because she did come back onto Instagram. I do follow her. Of course I do. But I think now she's going to make it her business to present a little bit differently, to make sure that she curates and cultivates that image. So will she be able to do this? Sure. Future, we've got the dancer. And this is where I think her true future lies. I think that her future really needs to be in building dancers and building a studio of some sorts. We had the Arthur Murray studio. Why not have the Britney Spears studio? If we got in there and we did that, I think we have lots of cute little kids that start cranking out some crazy moves. I love this idea. Britney, move forward with it. Paris, give Britney a call and get her sorted out. See if she can name you as power of attorney and get some good brains in there. Paris Hilton, you guys know that I love her. I think she's fantastic. I love her two little kids. They are the cutest things I've ever seen. And perhaps we will read on her as well. So let's take a look. Let's see. Sloppy shuffle for Monday. Let's take a look at Paris Hilton. I have long been a fan of Paris Hilton. I think everything she does is amazing. Every little thing she does is magic. And everyone thinks when you come from a family of means that it is easy peasy lemon squeezy. And it is not always. Sometimes it is super complicated. So let's see what Paris Hilton is going to, how she's going to do for the last couple of months of the year. Let's see. Ace of Cups. Not happy. What's she not happy about? What are you not happy about? Balance. Tower in reverse. She's thinking about doing something life-changing. Temperance. Work-life balance. Knight of Cups. What is going on with you, Paris? What's this life-changing thing? She's very unhappy in the moment and faking it in the moment. She's not letting anybody know about this, guys. So we're not going to see. It's one of the cool things about Paris Hilton is she goes exposure, 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 and then she recedes into the background like Homer Simpson going into the bushes. She recedes. She knows the value of an economy of exposure. So what is she not happy about? Should I stay or should I go? A lot of swords here, guys. What is she thinking about? I'm not getting a Queen of Cups. Justice, Page of Cups. So I'm going to be honest, I'm stumped. I think I know what it is, but I don't want to say it because I don't want this to happen. Let me know in the comments if you think you know what this is. If you have a sense what this is. I know what I think it is, but I don't want to say it out loud. I don't want to say it out loud. And I do think that she is quite unsatisfied in the moment. But there are a lot of players involved in this. We're not quite. I think her holidays are going to be challenging. Let's just put it that way. The process of getting from A to B is not going to be easy over the next couple of months. Even though we have scant cups here, I think it's more machinations within relationships that need to change. So is that a change of legal representation, professional representation with agents and managers, those kinds of things. So let me shuffle all the way over here. Yeah, jump out cord with the Ace of Swords just for you guys. So I do think that she's going to be severing some relationships. Let's put it that way. I don't necessarily want to say this is her personal relationship because I do like her and her husband very much together. I think that they are a nice match. I think they're cute together. I hope it's not that. What can she do to remedy this? Let's give her a little yellow brick road. You guys love the yellow brick road. Let's do that. Let's do that. That was the craziest split I've ever done with cards. Yellow brick road. For Paris. She has to carve out a new future. The pressure is going separate ways. Dang it. Hidden hand. Celebration. There's some partying going on there, but it's happy partying. Public face, setting up new collaborations. Private goal is, I think this is a business person. I think it's somebody on her business team. And the likely pivot is she's not going to make everybody happy. She's not going to be giving out Christmas presents like Santa Claus. Let's put it that way. So I do think this is a professional thing. There's a lot of money here. So she may find that there's some money going in a direction that she doesn't like, or that there's some money that's not actually making it into her bank account. And I think she's going to have an issue with that. And she is going to go like the Queen of Hearts off with their heads. So she's not really the Queen of Hearts because the Queen of Hearts was red and black and Paris Hilton is 100% pink. So love that Paris Hilton. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. That was just a little indulgence on my part. Woo! So another card flying around. So all right. So Deb. Hello, Deb. Deb says regarding Meghan Markle, and this in response to my "You blew it, Meghan" video from last week. I heard she paid $25,000 for the part that she and the director used to know each other, and that she was arrogant and bossy on the set, and that her and Brie butted heads. So let's talk about all those things. Did she pay for $25,000 for the part? I think it was more. I think it was more. This says it was possibly more. Did she and the director used to know each other? Tower in reverse, absolutely. Was she arrogant and bossy on the set? It's her main job. And did she and Brie Larson butt heads? Absolutely. She had some things to say about Brie Larson. So let's unpack it. Meghan and the director. Meghan and the director. When was that nonsense going down? On her way up or on her way down? We're looking for major arcana here. The Hierophant, this on her way up. This is when she was suckling at the power structures, the teat, if you will, of power in Hollywood. So, and how we read this is on our way up 5. This is the 5th card. It's actually the 6th card because the Fool 0, but it is the bottom of the major arcana is when the Fool is developing his life and developing his rules and regulations. So this may have been part of the rules and regulation of Meghan's existence in Hollywood. She was setting the tone for it. So I have a feeling she was a little bit of a party gal playa. So if they knew each other on her way up, how is that relationship? Contentious. Didn't really pan out for her. Never really put her in touch with anyone. Look at all these wands. Wands are a lot of sexual energy here, guys. And the Queen of Swords. She actually markled this person at some point because before markling was a thing, because they weren't doing anything for her. She cut them off. I do think that perhaps there was a little bit of maybe you can hang out with my buddy, my friend over here. He just got into town. He moved up his entry into LA. I think that. I think there was a request to, meet up with other people, perhaps. So, what kind of energy did she have on that set? What kind of energy did she bring to the table? Noun. Adjective. So, that's very curious. Emperor in reverse, she was walking around like she owned the place, but didn't have any reason to own the place. And that 3 of Cups, I do think that there were requests to have libations of sorts in, I almost said in her kennel. Right.
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle. Oh, please. If someone names their dog Meghan Markle, that poor animal. Poor animal. So I do think there were a request for libations in the trailer, or she probably didn't have a trailer. She was just a walk-on phone in the wall. So she walked in there pretty bossy. Was she upset with the way that she was being kept there? No, she was nice to the leadership, got in and got out. That was what she did. Got in and got out. Let's talk about this Brie Larson situation. Everyone's talking about the Brie Larson situation. I really don't know Brie Larson very well, but what?
I don't think she's very easy to deal with.
I don't think so either.
I
So
don't know if you ever saw the body language. People looking at her at the interviews with other Marvel actors.
oh yeah,
They just stay away. She cracks a joke. They're not into her at all.
oh wow, that's a shame. What was she? Supergirl? Would she play?
Marvel.
Marvel? Okay,
No, Miss Marvel. It was Captain Marvel. Sorry.
it's Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. Superman is DC. Come on.
Well, I got it.
Well, apparently you know.
She looks like Supergirl.
No.
I've never seen any of them.
Captain Marvel.
I've never seen any of them.
Beautiful, graceful.
All right. So how did Meghan Markle, the dynamic between her and Brie Larson? Before, this is Meghan. During, after, wow. And Brie Larson before, during, after. So, kids, what we have here is a failure to communicate. What we have here is, I do think that Meghan Markle kind of barged in there intending to create some kind of alliance with Brie Larson. I think possibly she did say we're of the same ilk, now that I hear this from my darling husband over there. We've been maligned by the press and by other people that have worked with us just because they're so huge, and can't. There's no kill switch on awesome. So before, I think she was intending to go in there and create some kind of alignment. Once there, I think she was a bit too effusive and obnoxious. And I think that turned into dislike of this counterpart. Brie Larson, on the other hand, I think was a very jog on kind of energy as she went into the filming. In regard to Meghan Markle, I think she was like, jog on, like, you're nobody for me. And the Judgment, I think all of that was confirmed. And I think she said it in no uncertain terms. So if we start hearing, hopefully we'll get a psychic score on this, we may hear that Brie Larson said, listen, you jacked up your own life. Don't come in here and jack up mine. Don't jack up my career. Just jog on. Jog on is the main energy here. So are these guys frenemies now? Do we have a frenemy situation? Absolutely. They're both looking back on this situation together, and they hated it. 2 snaps and a circle. Hated it. So great question. All right, kids, I think this is going to be our last question. And this Mixtape Monday Tarot decided to be all about Harry and Meghan. I'm going to owe you some cool stuff later on this week. We'll get to it. So let's see here. This is from OSV. OSV, love your stuff, love your questions. Rumor has it, I just lost the question. Hang on. All right, Buttercup. So OSV heard that Invictus has now dropped Harry. I have not heard that. So let's see. Did Invictus drop Harry? Or are they considering dropping Harry? Chariot. There's our jog on. Just want to say that they need to build more excitement into the patronage. Harry is no longer exciting. He's a little depressing. So who, and I'm sorry guys, but I'm getting Mike Tyndall and David Beckham. Is it Mike Tyndall that they want? No. Is it David Beckham? No, it's neither of them. I don't know who else could be the face of Invictus. I don't know who else. Let's do a reading on Invictus really quick. How is the Invictus machinery? How is Invictus doing? Not great. Ooh. Guys, Invictus is not looking good. This is not looking good. Which is a shame. It's such a noble cause. That's that 9 of Cups in reverse there and the King of Cups. This is a sad reading. Page of Pentacles, losing money. The disappointment is overwhelming, and now it's reality. They just don't have the likability that they used to, and it's because they've been markled. Here, under the surface, they are looking for options, more to bring in. Very unhappy here. This King of Cups in reverse. Looks like we're going to have some sad people. Are they going to ask Meghan and Harry to step down? Hierophant in reverse. Unpartnering and Judgment. Guys, I do think that if it's not on the table yet, it's on its way. I think Invictus is not going to be a soft space for them to land it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. I hope This is kicking off your week strong. I'm not strong this week. I am tired. I'm tired. But still happy. Still proud of my baby. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you for being members. Thank you for being viewers. Thank you for being subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, please get in there and subscribe. I am really trying to get to 8,000 before the end of the year. And we are just about, I think, 250 away at this point. I think we are at 7750 today. So if you're not subscribed, give me a sub. I promise I will try and produce as much content to make you happy. It will keep your cups filled, keep your wands at the ready, keep your swords held aloft, and drop a bunch of pentacles into your pockets. No, I'm not going to drop any pentacles in your pockets, but I'm not paying for anyone. But I do hope to see you guys back here in the chats. And don't forget, drop your questions down below. Let me know what you think about Invictus. Let me know what you think about Meghan Markle and Harry. Are they on a trajectory to the end of days? I think they have been since they got on that freedom flight. But we'll talk about that in the next one. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the future.